I was a bit skeptical to upload this video because I don't know how many of you people are going to be even able to watch this video, especially if you're on the East Coast, and now it's starting to come on the West Coast. We're under a gigantic cyber attack, ladies and gentlemen, which goes into our first story. This is the biggest DDoS attack in internet history. There's a massive list of websites upon websites huge websites, all internet service providers, Comcast, and all these other companies being shut down. Well, shut down isn't the right word that I'm using. Being overloaded, being flooded with botnet attacks, basically making the entire internet completely inactive. And honestly, if you think about it, this is kind of scary. Because imagine the US having the internet shut off for 6 months if someone in the US or out of the country can take down half the entire East Coast and now starting on the West Coast, completely annihilate all the internet so nobody can have internet access. The level of power and threats that you can utilize through shutting down the internet in the USA completely opens up a lot of vulnerabilities to this country. So hopefully we catch whoever is doing this shit, but it is a really serious thing, and this is definitely going down in history with being one of the biggest attacks on US American soil in terms of cybersecurity. Like, I know I could live 6 months without the internet, but I can't speak for a lot of other people. I have a feeling like the suicide rate would just increase by over 9,000. All those antsy teens would just end up killing themselves because they can't check Facebook every goddamn day. In some SJW-related news, Marvel recently pulled this variant cover of an Iron Man variant. Now, for those of you who don't really read comics, Iron Man is no longer known as, well, Tony Stark. It's a young teenage black girl who is about age 15 to 16 years old. Well, you see, this cover got a lot of controversy, and Marvel just recently pulled this, and this is the artwork by J. Scott Campbell. And it's quite unfortunate that he has to be under scrutiny and attacked from all these SJWs whining that somehow this variant cover is highly sexualized. Now, I'm not going to say that comic book characters are never sexualized, because they definitely are. But I really don't see how this teenage girl is being sexualized in any way other than the fact that a little bit of her waist is showing. And if you know anything about high school, this is a real world representation of how high school girls dress. But you and I both know that if this was Tony Stark with a shirt off and he was in the exact same pose with, some big biceps and a six-pack abs, no one would bat a fly, no one would wink an eye, no one would give a living shit about this. But because it's a 16-year-old black girl who shows her off her little bit of belly button, woo, man, that's way, way, way too sexualizing. And yeah, I have to admit, I am a bit disappointed in Marvel simply because of this choice. Pulling a variant cover just because some people scrutinize it and saying that it's being overly sexualized when it's not. Here's the thing about Marvel, and here's the thing about comics. Just because you get criticized something doesn't mean that you have to succumb to that pressure and say that you're wrong for doing that thing. I feel like that's the gist of a lot of this SJW mentality and whining, is that they whine, they complain so much to a company, to a person, to a thing, that company, that person, that thing feels a need to retract whatever they've done because they feel guilty, because they feel bad from these SJWs making them feel like they've done something wrong when then inherently they haven't. But thankfully, this is my YouTube channel, and nothing you goddamn fucking say will ever change that. No SJW will ever jurisdict what I say and what I make on YouTube. That's for damn sure. Unlike Marvel Comics. Samsung's back in the news again. No, not more phones blowing up, but virtual phones blowing up. Yeah, in GTA 5. I'm sure you saw that GTA 5 viral video of someone making a mod of someone taking a phone, throwing it in the game, and then it would blow up and blow up cars. Pretty much like a grenade, but they modified it. But in the video game, this fake phone, this fake Samsung phone is being thrown at cars and killing people. Well, Samsung, in damage control through all the controversy that's been going on and their stocks plummeting down to fucking zero, Samsung thought it would be a great idea to abuse the wonderful DMCA process on YouTube, thus getting the video removed. Oh, we're a big corporation, Samsung. We don't want anybody parodying our fucking phones for blowing up. Sorry, Samsung, but that's not how the YouTube DMCA process actually works. All he has to do is counterfile and he'll have his video right back up. And how the hell are you gonna fucking stop people from installing the mod and blowing up cars and stuff with this virtual phone in GTA 5? You're gonna remove every goddamn video that utilizes this mod just because you guys are sensitive little pussies? You also clearly don't understand actual legal process of fair use and the legal process of parodying something. Because this mod that was made of him throwing a phone and blowing up cars is a parody, which is actually protected under copyright law. If he was using your logo, if he was using something, I can understand that, but this is just another example of a big-ass, stupid fucking company abusing their power, trying to censor and silence people. And a little word to you, Samsung. When you try to censor and silence people, especially by moving people's content, it's only going to get more traction, more attention for people like me who are going to talk about it and bring more awareness to the problem. So by falsely DMCAing someone's video and getting it falsely removed under false pretenses, you are simply shooting your other foot. Now you have two holes. In some political news today, some more WikiLeaks released on Hillary goddamn motherfucking Clinton. She completely ditched the CGI meeting, a meeting that was organized by one of the Moroccan gigantic princes of the country. He spent millions upon millions of dollars to get her to come to Morocco, which, by the way, if you haven't been to Morocco, great country. But how would you feel if you spent millions of dollars to have a woman come and meet you and have a meeting, only for her to throw you to the side, completely ditch you after you've spent the millions of dollars, and she's in the US campaigning in Nevada and California? That's a pretty shitty thing to do, Hillary Clinton. Well, let's be honest, you and me both know that she's a shitty person. And our final story today deals with the Bermuda Triangle. For those of you who don't know anything about the Bermuda Triangle, it's famously known for tons of missing planes and tons of missing ships. There's often a lot of controversy on, oh my gosh, the water's haunted, oh my goodness, we've never found these types of things. And it's true, tons of ships and tons of planes have gone missing in this region of South Florida. The thing is, we finally think we know the answer as to why so many ships and so many boats have just magically disappeared without any warning. We recently found through satellite that there are these hexagonal type clouds that randomly form over certain patches of water. These clouds have this thing called air bursting, which it consists of winds varying from 100 to almost 250 miles per hour. Thus, that type of strong wind would take anything out boat-wise or plane-wise in nearly a second. And what meteorologists are classifying this as are called air bombs. Because they're literally a bomb in the cloud, in the air, that whatever's going through that basically hits that object, and that object goes kablooey directly into the water, therefore not having enough to send out transmissions that they're lost or whatever. Pretty crazy, scary, cool stuff. I, however, don't believe that the sea is haunted. So if this is a real explanation of what we've discovered here, that makes a lot more sense than some sea monster. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this news segment for today. If you like this video, please give it a like. All my links on social media and the stories are linked down below, and my TeamSpeak and Discord is also linked at the very bottom. I'm in there every single day. Peace.